Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Miss Angie. Hey, James. Good morning. Good morning to all those in the clouds this morning. I hope you're having a good morning too. Good morning to all the replay gang that eventually watch this. Good morning. So for Topic Tuesday, I was sitting there trying to think about some stuff, and I'm like, I was thinking about possibly looking over a few things, but I do will say that Mr. MRH, Mr. Ma Brad Hunter, if everybody could subscribe to his backup channel, I'm going to share that right quick to everybody. I heard his main channel got struck, so I'm going to support and show off that backup channel so people can subscribe and they won't miss any information. So there's Mr. MRH. I'm already subscribed, been subscribed, but that's the backup channel for him. If you would like to subscribe, um, you may do so, obviously. How's everybody been doing this morning? Hey, Miss Catherine, how you been doing? Good morning. Good morning. Also, this is your med check reminder. Please make sure you take your medications this morning. Hey, Miss Crystal Ann, how's everything been going over that way? Did you try the MCT yet and the um coconut oil? Is that shit working good? We were talking about the yeah, that's Miss Catherine, that's over there in Mob Tube, if you didn't know, because I know that you may not be well versed on what that is. But Mob Tube's pretty cool. They got some amazing people over there. I've been visiting a bunch of different places and just been all over the place. I hope everything is going well for everybody. Also, update on the baby that we've been praying for. Came through surgery, fine. Uh, baby's doing good right now. Obviously, still on the vent because they have to slowly take baby off vent, so that no complications arrive. Make sure that there's no infection. That's all they have to watch for now. And so baby's doing good. So that's good news. Hey, Michelle. How you doing, Michelle? You doing good this morning? Um, yeah, so I had to give off the good news that baby is doing better. I hope you have fun on your good busy day, and I hope things go well today for you and that you keep on smiling. We're gonna keep her in our prayers, Miss Crystal Ann. Y'all make sure y'all pray for Miss Crystal Ann's mama. She's back in the hospital. Good morning, Miss Watcher Crazy. I did give update. Baby's doing better, so that's good. Uh, you know, still not completely out of the woods. So if we'll keep Miss Crystal Ann's mama in our prayers and baby, Miss Emily's baby in our prayers, that's we're gonna keep praying them up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep praying them up, child, until they feel a little bit better. I did drop Mr. MRH's backup channel. Anybody that don't know, Mr. MRH's main channel got hit uh, by um, a few POSs who like to hit channels. And so I'm sharing out his backup. And if anybody who has a community wall or anything like that could possibly share it for him and get those subbies up on his backup. I don't know if you know that watcher, but they hit his main channel. And so, yeah, they hit Mr. MRH's main channel. So this right here, I'm gonna post it again. This is Mr. MRH, Ma Brad Hunter. This is his secondary account, his backup. They hit his main channel because they didn't like what he had to say. They didn't like the fact that he showed things, so they hit him. So hit that subscribe button on that backup channel if you so feel it in your heart to do so. Because Mr. MRH is a good dude with a great heart, and I don't think he deserved that shit. And I still don't know how a band creator can, circumvent bans and absolutely hit people. they're banned from YouTube. That's wrong. Because first off, I'm gonna say this right now. I very rarely ever do some shit like that. Like if I'm gonna hit a channel, it's gonna be for a good reason. Um, I very rarely ever do some stuff like that. Now, I will say, I don't understand why Bob keeps coming in my comment section of my things. He's done it quite a few times, and I've just blocked the comments or removed them, or you know, um, that's it. Like I don't go over to his shit. I don't bother him. I don't talk about him like that. We talked about him one day because people came in and told me his channel was gone, and I was wondering what happened. So it seems that to me, he hid that motherfucker. But I guess somebody went around saying I said I did something to it. I didn't do a damn thing. I never said I did a damn thing. So I don't know. Somebody in their group, I don't know who it is going around telling it, like watching other people, but getting the stories completely wrong. If you're going to tell a story on me, please tell the truth. Like, at least tell the truth. Repeat the story correctly. Thank you. That's all I ask. Tell the story correctly. Hey, Miss Rhonda. Yes, Mr. MRH, if you can hear me within earshot, you can circumvent that copyright strike and privacy strike. You were showing public information. First off, a book signing is an event that you can show. You can show a book signing. That's not his own content. Montauk, if you talk to Mr. MRH, please tell Mr. MRH to fight that strike. Please tell him to fight it. And he can fight that strike because that person was a banned creator. First off, and second off, the information that he showed was, you know, literally, he did, what is that? What am I? Fair use. So please tell him to fight that shit. He can fight it, and they have to then be burden of proof. He has to word it correctly though when he fights it. Tell him to make sure he words it that it was a public event, first off, and two, make sure that he knows that he was using it for educational purposes and in fair use. He used small clips. And I do know that he makes the content different. You know what I'm saying? So when you use fair use, let me show you what fair use says. As long as you transform the content to something different, whether you put music over it, whatever you do, it's now, public domain. You just have to be within fair use. But tell him to fight that shit. Hey, Montauk, speaking of which, I just had to say that. And watch your crazy. If I was you, love, I would show Mr. MRH, like maybe possibly, I don't know, like, I don't know how we would get him the information without giving the information to people who don't deserve the information, if that makes sense. You know what I mean. You feel me? Some people don't deserve that information, and they would use it for their benefit, and I don't want them having it. But that's just me, if you understand what I mean. Read between the lines. But I will say, hey, Miss Heidi, if y'all didn't know, they hit Mr. MRH's main channel, and it's got 2 strikes on it, which means the channel should not be terminated if it's only 2 strikes. If I'm not wrong, he may not be able to go live from that channel, and he can decide to either A, remove content, or B, fight the strikes. If I was him, I would fight those strikes. That's just me. Hey, Roscoe One, but this is Mr. MRH's backup channel for those that are not subscribed to it. I've been making sure I want to make sure I promote that backup channel because I think it's wrong when people do this shit to people. Hey Roscoe, good morning. Um, but so I wanted to make sure that's known that they did hit Mr. MRH's channel. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Miss Heidi. 3 strikes and you're out, but 2 strikes you're just suspended for a week. And technically, the first strike you can get a warning for it, and the second strike means you're down for a week, or 2 weeks. And technically, you can get 4 strikes. People don't know that. The very first one can become a warning. But I wanted to make sure that I put that out there because I heard all about it. I don't know where Mr. MRH is this morning, but I want to make sure that people are subbing to his backup because I just think that's wrong. In my opinion, he just showed public information. He didn't show no private information. He didn't do any doxing. He didn't call people's family members. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go and do some most of the evilest, heinous things. He didn't do those things. He showed public information. A book signing is a public information. That's a public event that anybody could go to. That's public. Now, if he had showed private information, that would be different. Basically, Miss Heidi, what happened is that Mr. MRH had showed someone's book signing, and they struck him for that. And then supposedly a band creator's, you know, I guess a band creator's, like them being on either a panel or their content, but it's a banned YouTube creator. So I believe that Mr. MRH can beat those those strikes or whatever. But that's what was stated. I'm not exactly sure. Mr. MRH himself has not come out and said. This is what was stated, this was what was rumored. So Mr. Hey Miss Maureen, Mr. MRH himself has not came to the table, I don't believe. I think he needs to appeal. I do believe the same thing, Miss Heidi. I think Mr. MRH needs to appeal that because he can beat those strikes. They hit him with a copyright and a privacy strike. For a book event, you can't hit a privacy strike because that is a public event. Public. Anybody could go to it, anybody could record it, anybody could put it on social media if they so choose to. Now, if they had came to your home and recorded something, that would be different, right? But a public event, you can't privacy strike for public events. I'm sorry to tell you that you can't. That's not a privacy issue. Just like if somebody wanted to. Now, they could play a preview of a movie, right? A preview, not the full thing, a preview, to get people interested in something. And they can't get struck for that. Now, they can't show the entirety of it. That is true. They can show a 10-second clip, a 20-second clip, and you're not going to be able to hit them with a copyright claim because that's considered a preview. Just like you can use music in 10%. Yeah, they hit once for a privacy and once for a copyright. But the only problem with someone that tries to hit for a copyright when they're a band creator is how are they able to copyright when they're not even supposed to be on the platform? Yeah, so I would say that he needs to fight it. He needs to appeal it. They would have to then take him to court to prove that it's a copyright issue. And it does depend on the content. It does depend on like what Miss Heidi does. Miss Heidi transforms the content. She uses it all in fair use. Fair use states that you can use that content as long as, and here's the thing, you are transforming the content. And she does it for educational purposes, criticisms, and critiques. And you can do that. Good morning, Fumble Love. We're talking about this morning, Mr. MRH. Somebody supposedly hit him with a privacy complaint and a copyright strike. So I am making sure that I put his backup channel. Um, yes, that is true, Mr. DJ. Make sure you tell Mr. MRH, please, to fight those strikes. He can fight them because the person is a band creator. They're not even supposed to be on here. And the other thing was a public event. Because it was a public event, he can fight those strikes. But I am making sure I put his backup channel out there for anybody who is not subscribed to his backup. He needs to fight those strikes, hide his channel for about a month, or till the strikes are gone off this channel. So make sure you like hide just so they can't keep hitting it with strikes. And make sure that he does his due diligence and make sure the strike's gone before he goes live on that channel. Um, yeah, so I'm telling you a way that he can beat those strikes. Those strikes are unfounded. That is not a privacy issue to post a public event, and it is also not copyright when a person is not even supposed to be here. They don't own that content anymore. They just don't. Copyright system is made for other YouTube channels. I can go watch a news thing all day, every day. As long as it's not on YouTube, there is no copyright. And also, if you use it within fair use. Okay. Yes. Please get Mr. MRH to email Miss Watcher because she has the perfect verbiage for that. She has beaten those strikes multiple times from those people. So please listen to Miss Watcher. Trust me, she knows the verbiage to put on there, everything. She'll give you the copy paste stuff. Hey, Miss Friday Parade. She'll give you the copy paste stuff. That way that, I want to make sure that Mr. MRH gets his main channel back and those videos are reinstated because he didn't do anything wrong. Now, if he had absolutely did something that was wrong, that would be different. I don't think he deserves that whatsoever. And as they told me, if you don't hunt what you can't kill, they told me if it's too hot, stay out the kitchen. Well, same thing. Same thing. I do want to make sure that he does and Miss Watcher said that her email's on her about section of her page. It's just Watcher of Crazy at gmail.com. Yeah. She just needs her email and she can send it. That's all she needs. I will say that I have never seen anybody from MobTube strike each other. I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm wrong, but most of them, they just, what I love about MobTube, and I'm going to tell you what I love about MobTube. Y'all talk shit about each other. It's kind of like Beef Sector. We talk shit about each other and we, like y'all go back and forth. Y'all do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And don't hit each other. Like, don't try to bother each other's channels. Y'all just talk y'all shit. I like people who could talk their shit. I like people who can go back and forth. Here's the thing. I've said this. I don't take shit offline. I know some information, but I have been sitting on it and being very quiet. There's a reason for my silence. Remember, silence is golden. 2, I know some stuff, Watcher. I know some stuff. And I'll let you know. I'll hit you behind the scene, girl. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you a little something. But I'm going to say this. I don't call people's family members. I don't go offline. I don't bother people's children. I don't threaten people. You know what I'm saying? I may talk some shit. I may say you have no chin or your eyes too spread apart or your forehead too big and you got a fat head. I may say you're a bald head scallywag, ain't got no hair and back, weaved up, jacked up. Your stuff is messed up. I may called you an old fart who got double chin so much that you can't see your damn neck and what had happened to it. But that's just talking shit, right? And I expect you to talk shit about me back, and I won't get butthurt. Talk your shit. Make up all kind of heinous lies. That's cool. I don't care. But don't sit there and bother my child. Don't sit there and bother people who ain't got shit to do with it. Don't take that shit offline. Keep it between us. Let's go back and forth with words. Talk about my forehead. Talk about my fat, chubby cheeks. Call me fat. I don't give a fuck. That don't bother me. That's what a back and forth is supposed to be. This bullshit of taking shit offline and bothering people's real life is bullshit, in my opinion. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this out loud. Okay. 1, there's a such thing as a rat. 2, there's a such thing as protecting your family and doing what you got to do. If someone forces your hand and you beg them not to, you say, please leave me alone. I don't want to have to do this. I don't like doing this shit because I'd rather handle shit with my hands than I would ever have to call the popo. I'm old school, okay? We don't like doing that shit unless we're pushed to. 2, a rat is a person who actually did the crime, don't want to do the time, and they go rat out people, or they're a part of it, right? There's a difference between it, okay? I ain't never did the crime. I ain't doing the time. Because I don't want to eat that nasty ass for jail food. I just admit it. Because I want to have a live one day. I don't know how many people have actually been to jail. And I want to ask people like what it's like, even just jail for a couple of weeks, or a couple of days. I want to know what it's like on the inside. I've never been there. I'm not afraid to fight in jail. I'm not afraid of being there. None of that bullshit. I just don't want to eat that nasty ass food. I love my chocolate cake too much. Okay. I love my fluffy self. I believe so too, Miss Rhonda, and I'm gonna tell you what made me believe it. The other night, he tried to get some people knocked out and banned, and it didn't work. And she's getting tired. You can hear her scream, "I'm just gonna end the show." That's when you know somebody getting tired of the bullshit. Damn, you never went to the back. I needed to know about the back. I ain't never been back there before. Well, I did a walkthrough once when I was a teenager. You know how they took the kids to the jail? They showed us what it was like. You know, we got to see where they ate. It was like a field trip type situation. You know, you got to shake hands with the sheriff or the captain or whatever you want to call him. You know, they did that for us kids when we was little, right? We got to sit in the police car. You know, we thought we was the shit. That's most as I've ever been in a jailhouse in my life. You want to know why? You want to know why? I never got caught. I did some shit that could have wound me up there, but I never got caught. I never got caught. I do not have a criminal record. They can look that shit up. They're never going to find a criminal record on me because I don't have one. And then somebody was talking about that the other day, and I was thinking about that TV show. And then look what I can do. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had a Mad TV moment, y'all. I used to love Mad TV. I loved In Living Color. Those were my 2 favorite. Saturday Night Live was okay, but for me, the best one was In Living Color, and then behind that was Mad TV, and then everything else that came after that. But that's just me. And homie don't play that. Mm-mm. I pop somebody upside the head like homie. Homie the clown dog. He's my favorite. And but I will say that Mr. MRH, you did not deserve that to happen to your channel whatsoever, in my opinion. And I hope you hear this when you get a chance. I just want to send you so much love. And I think you're an amazing person. And you and Mr. MRE, I love y'all to death. Hey, church lady sister, where you been, girl? I saw you over there messing around with the drama and shit. I saw you over there looking, and I was like, "Ooh, girl, she." Mm-hmm. Mr. MRH, you see Mr. MRH in here, church lady? From the Mob Tube. Here's his backup channel for those who want to subscribe. But Mr. MRH lost his main channel, or it's not lost. I believe he may have hit it, or they said it was terminated though. They said it was terminated. But if he fights those strikes, he can get his channel right back. Now, I will say there are certain words that are bannable. I will say that. And if that is the case, I don't know if he'd beat that. There are certain words you're not allowed to say on YouTube. It's considered hate speech. I will say that. Why do you think I watch what I say? And I tell people to watch what they say on my panel, because there are certain ones. Hey, Pain Like Bane. Good morning. How you doing this morning? But I wanted to make sure I put it out there that Mr. MRH did not deserve. And I love that MobTube don't do that to each other, like as much as far as I know. Now, unless I'm missing some history, and I don't know if Miss Josie might happen to be here, or anybody else that knows the history, there's a possibility I may miss some things and not know the exact history of everything that's happened. I have been reading Miss Josie's books, but there's possibility that I may have missed some history from the past, right? Hey, Miss Jane, I like that y'all talk y'all shit and do y'all's thing, and you know nobody hits each other with privacy strikes or copyrights. Y'all just do y'all's thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do y'all's thing, and I love when people can go back and forth and talk their shit. You know what I'm saying? It absolutely does help both channels if people don't know that. If people are invested in your drama, right, it helps both channels. You're absolutely building a community and building each other up. You get what I'm saying? It does help because somebody's going to go here to see what this person's saying and so on and so forth. See, I come from a sector. You can ask Church Lady. That's what the beef sector is. They beef with each other. And so we'll go, you can ask Church Lady, we'll go to Miss Intel's channel and we're going to watch what's going on over there. And then we're going to pop over to Brianna Simone and we're going to see what's going on over there. Then we're going to pop over to Lady Nika. And then we're going to pop over to Diva Tomboyish. Then we're going to pop over, you know what I'm saying? We're going to pop to everybody's channel that's having the drama to see what each person's saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was Marzi, Miss Jane. I don't think that was. I think I know who that was. But you know, that is very true. Pain Like Bane, striking channels is wrong. Absolutely. I'm gonna say this. They have stated I have did that. I have not. There was a false rumor going around saying I did it. No, I was talking about somebody's channel. I always give the news, right? And somebody came into the chat and told me that somebody's channel was gone, right? And yeah, I know. I noticed that, Watcher. I knew who it was. I knew it was Blob and Chicky because I had watched Mr. Redzilla's video and I found out who Chicky was from that. Like I was watching other channels, right? And I was like, oh shit, that's who that is. um, yeah, she's not a beef sector content creator. She is black sector. But what I'm saying is, like, we switch over to all the other channels. Like, we'll go over to Pastor's channel. We'll go over to Pastor Jay Wilson. We'll go over to, all these channels to see what's going on. And Miss Catherine, that we kind of have, like, now the beef sector, the Mo3 sector, and the black sector, we're all like cousins. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he claimed that on Bob Fartel's live. See, that's so messed up. Mr. MRH didn't deserve that, but this is Mr. MRH's channel, and whatnot. Oh, let me go up there. Let me subscribe to Miss Church Lady or see her video, y'all. She got a new video out, Under the Influence. Uh-oh. I'm gonna watch that, Miss Church Lady. You know I am. That is true. That is true, Pain Like Bane. I'm gonna say this right here. Mr. Buster, they said that if you go look right now for Mr. MRH's channel, they said it was terminated. They said they struck Mr. MRH's channel twice with a privacy and with a copyright claim. And I think, and I set it out to Mr. DJ, so hopefully he'll get in touch with Mr. MRH. That yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? Cause the music. You want me to let them hear it? It tells what to be said. Now, see, now I can, Miss Church Lady. Is the music from the background? Is it an actual song, a real one? If you change the words, it could be considered fair use, but I may have to cut that out after the live. But it ain't gonna like give me a copyright. Music doesn't give a copyright. It just basically you can't monetize. You have to take that out and you have to snip it out, the sound, pretty much. Yeah, a lot of music doesn't actually copyright your channel. A lot of people don't know that. Oh, it's only black. See, that's all it'll do to me, Church Lady. If it what it did to you is what it'll do to me. And so all I have to do after the live, I can let people listen to the whole thing. All I have to do then, Miss Church Lady, is erase the song. So we're gonna right now. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all Miss Beautiful Church Lady's song here. And I may or may not have to cut this out of the live after the fact. So if y'all come back and this sound is off, you can go to Miss Church Lady's actual channel and you can listen to it if you're on the replay game.
You got this for you. Woo. Head on it and let you know they are head on it. Baby, you scared, but I know you care. Bring your tailor to the stage and I'll be like, baby, you scared, but I know you care. Bring your tailor to the page. You don't know what this is. It did to me. The beat setter is very entertaining. You don't know what these reads they did for me. I know I'm getting beats at the streets to me. Me set the style. Yeah. Yeah.
They're hitting channels because trying to get information taken down is what I'm supposing. You know, and there's people that have tried to hit my channel itself, but it's just age restricted because I use some dirty language. That's all it did. It age restricted me, you know. he said that I need to watch my language, dog. I need to watch my language, But they try to do that to get the information taken down so that people can't spread correct information. And it's really sad because Mr. MRH was just showing public information, things that you could see and see for yourself. So this right here, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure that Mr. MRH, people know where to find him, and you can also see it on Mr. Redzilla's channel. Mr. Redzilla has shared it. That's where I got it from. And I was already subscribed, and I was just making sure. Well, church lady, they age restricted me. Yeah, he needs to appeal, Miss Heidi, because he was showing a book signing, and they said that was a privacy complaint. Another thing, they showed some other stuff, and they tried to do a copyright. But how can you copyright something if you're a banned creator? That makes no sense. You're not even supposed to be here. So I really think he needs to appeal, and I hope he gets out Miss Watcher, because in fair use, as long as you're using snippets of information, you can use something within fair use. You're educating the public about a situation. And also, I would from now on, anybody who is doing that, I would, that is true. He cannot copyright what he does not have licensed. He cannot copyright what he does not have licensed. That is very true. Does not own the material if he does not, even if it was on somebody else's channel. Like, let's say you were on Miss Angel's channel and somebody snippeted something you said. The only person that could strike you would be Miss Angel herself. Nobody else could do that. It is not a true strike, because they don't own the copyright to that material. Miss Angel does. Like, let's say Miss Watcher, you came up on my panel. The only person that could strike if they used it would be me, because I would own the copyright, right? I would own it at that point. It's whoever's channel you're on, right? Like, let's say I was on Mr. Bain's channel and somebody snipped what I said on that channel. I wouldn't be able to do that. She does not own it either, and that is how you win. So y'all need to be listening to Miss Watcher. Also, I would put this in front of every video that y'all did. I'm just saying, this is just my personal opinion. Opinions are like assholes, but I always get you a good little copyright disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? And put that up in the very, beginning of your channel. And please read your TOS, your terms of service. Make sure that you use everything within, if you're going to use others' content, make sure that you, use it within fair use. Miss Heidi says she has hers running on a banner. Like that little thing I have at the bottom that runs across, she has her copyright disclaimer running down there. As long as you're using it within fair use, you can appeal it and win, because you do get to transform others' content. You do get to do that. That's what fair use is. As long as you're not just straight up janking somebody's shit. Like, I will say sniping someone and just running their content is a little bit different, right? But if you're using it in snippets and you're using it for fair use purposes to prove a point, you can do that. Yep, Mr. Bain's right. It's always a good idea on a banner. Miss Heidi's right about that. You can also constantly have to put this up if you have to. Believe it or not, you can also make this a banner that goes, or let's say like an overlay. And while you're playing the content, you can have this overlay in front of the content. In front of the content. And, you can find these disclaimers all over Google. Somebody in our sector, well, they're not necessarily beef sector. They're a person who visits the beef sector, had hit a few channels trying to use um, fair use, or trying to use, like, say that their content that they made was theirs, right, under a fake name. I told them that they should technically go. A lot of people don't know this, but if you know somebody who is trying to get around and circumvent bans on YouTube, and or they're trying to use the copyright system to harass and dox you, I would suggest, hey, Dive and Love, I would suggest, yes, and use a watermark on the screen to transform. If y'all don't know, I actually have a watermark that shows up. Um, on my stream. If you look down there in the bottom right corner, that's my copyright. That's my watermark pretty much. I made it myself. It's, I need to do a better one, but you can use a watermark. If you look on the bottom right corner, that says Charlie on it, don't it? With an angel and a wings. That's mine. You know what I'm saying? I made that myself. Yeah, circumventing technology is another, and circumventing bans is against TOS. And I would say that if I was a person who knew the person was trying to circumvent bans, I would make sure that was known in my verbiage when I say that. I would make sure that I always show, when I'm using copyrighted material. Because here's the thing, a lot of us true crime people and people who, we cover TV shows and different things like that. We have to sometimes show clips. You know what I'm saying? Clips of materials. And, we do pause the court hearings and we do our fair use. Oh, I don't even know, Mr. Bain. I do know that it was, I don't know how long the channel was had. Um, but I will say that the person's been banned multiple times. Um, you know, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe somebody else knows that answer better than I do. Um, I will say, Diving Love, if someone does, I would always appeal. And if you feel like somebody is using the copyright strike system this is what I was saying a while ago, to bully, dox, or harass you, you can go to Twitter. Go to Twitter and actually talk to a real person at Team YouTube. You can at Team YouTube, you can talk to them personally, you can tell them what the situation is, ask them, what can you do because someone is using the copyright system to bully, dox, or harass you. And that's all you have to do is you can actually talk to a real person that way. Yes, it's at Team YouTube on X. So if, like, let's say someone's doing that to try to get your information, you can go over there and talk to them and say, hey, somebody tried to copyright me and they're trying to do this because they're trying to get my information. And I understand that I need to use the system to circumvent, but I know this person's trying to do that so that they can release all my information and blah, 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 blah. Right. And they may ask to DM you or vice versa. They may ask for you to email you. And this way, and be sure to share your channel link or video link. Yes, that is true, Miss Heidi. Make sure you share that so they'll know what your YouTube channel is. Sometimes you have to talk to a real person because sometimes the automated service, it's automated a lot of the times. Miss Watcher said he was only monetized for about 7 months. What's sad is trying to go after smaller channels when you're supposedly such a huge content creator. Why would you, like, you're taking out the little guy, But I will say there are certain words on here that you cannot use at all. And the F bomb, I don't mean the curse word F-bomb. I mean the F-bomb for the LG, anything that is derogatory towards a person of that has a disability, any derogatory term towards someone of the LGBTQ community can get your channel taken for hate speech if you continue to use such foul language. Um, and they will turn off your monetization. Why do you think a lot of us YouTubers use the word "erder" and "pow pow" and things like that? Because they'll take your monetization if you don't watch what you're saying. Because they have any protected person, any protected person. You can't use any disparaging language against any protected class. If so, they will take your channel for hate speech. So it's, you can roast and gag. You just have to watch how you say it. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? There's a way to talk around things. Like even true crime podcasters, you'll notice that they use certain words. It's so that they can continue to keep their monetization, right? Um okay, this is Miss Church Lady's copyright disclaimer. And so I'm going to show the copyright disclaimer video right quick for Miss. She said that if anybody wants to use it, they may. You may need to screen record it because um, YouTube's weird about stuff like that. Well, you know what I mean. But I'm going to show y'all what hers looks like, and she said that anybody could use it if they so choose to. That she made it herself and it's copyright free.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which does not infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
I will say that Miss Watcher, they hit me with the age restriction, and some of them I what do you call that, appealed and got the appeal. Same thing for Miss Watcher. They tried to hit me with that same thing. Some of them did go through because the language I used. I was saying a lot of curse words. So yeah, they did age restrict. But ooh, somebody under 18 can't view my video. Like I want a person under 18 watching that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Hey XOXO. Hey Tainted Docket. Hugs and kisses. That makes me think of the song. She signed her letters with X's and O's. That is true, church lady. You can age restrict it your damn self. Also, it makes it harder if you age restrict your videos. Let me give y'all a little secret to success. If you age restrict your video, they cannot preview your video to watch it on the main screen. They actually have to be in your channel to watch the video if you age restrict it yourself. So they would actually have to be watching it and giving you the click and the view. And they can't watch it while not signed in. So they have to be signed into their account to watch your video. They cannot watch it from a preview or from another screen if in case you do age restrict your own video. Now, I will say it won't get recommended to other users all the time because you age restrict. But if you have a video yourself that you know you're going to use curse words in and you know you're going to be talking some major BS, I would suggest you age restrict it yourself before they can. You won't get monetization for an age restricted video. But let me show you. Really, all it does, it don't even take out. Let me see this. I want to show y'all what they did because they did pop two or three of my videos that were all talking about specific people and spreading awareness. Because sometimes we need to. Let me go to my content right quick on my thing. Go to my lives. A lot of mine are green, right? But it is limited because it's age restricted. It's not that I don't get no monetization. It's just limited. They've tried on a lot of mine to hit me. But not a lot of them went through, and I do go through there a lot of times, and I'll have to, because they're trying to hit older videos, so they're hoping I won't see it, and so I have to go through. Yeah, you get limited ads. That's all it is. You get limited ads. Um, in which case, we all know you don't make a lot of money from ads anyway. If you're a monetized channel, you want to know where you make your money from your. You make most of your money from people. Um, that buy your membership. You make most of your money from the people who super chat you and stuff like that. Uh, Ad revenue, you don't really make a lot of money from ad revenue. You really don't. Let me see if I have it now. No, I don't have. I don't have. I gotta wait for my free memberships. I like to do the thing where I give out the free memberships every once in a while. Last time it gave out some to some people I cared for, and then some of the haters got some. So it is what it is. But I do like to do that occasionally. Um, Miss Fumbled, that ain't Miss Church Lady's real voice. She's got a smooth voice. She got one of them voices that can like just talk to you like this right here. Yeah, also if you do use someone else's clips, I'm gonna give you a little example of what you should do so your channel won't get struck. Play it in 1 time speed and or distort the voices a little bit. Reason so, you did transform the content. A lot of YouTubers use that tactic. A lot of them. Me, myself, and I, there's another way that you can do it too that I have seen content creators get away with it. They put up a banner like this right here, and I'm just going to play a random, and they play it from a secondary device a lot of the times. Because if you play it through StreamYard, it catches it sometimes, right? So I'm literally going to go to Miss Church Ladies and do the copyright thing that I just showed because um, it literally is easier to get to. And so I'm going to show you right quick. So if you put up the banner, right, and we're going to replay the fair use thing. I'm just going to show you something. This is the way some content creators get around that situation too. And if you play it on a secondary device, a lot of times you don't play it through your thing. I'm going to play it through it just for the heck of it to show you what I mean.
To reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which does not infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Because the reason you keep the banner up, they can try sometimes to hit you for their likeness, right? This way, you're not showing anybody's faces, but you can hear the voices and you know who's who and what is what. You can use a voice changer. You can flip faces and screw it as long as you change. And now Miss Churchley says they can't strike for an image, but I've heard some people do that. But you can change as long as you change or transform the content. You have to change or transform it, do commentary on it. Like Miss Heidi, when she does hers and she talks about certain people and she plays those TikTok videos, she transforms it by changing it and commenting. She'll play the clip and then she does her commentary, right? So that's how she's able to use that situation. She's got her copyright banner running. She's doing it for educational and critique and things like that. And you can do that. You know, yeah, they can't strike for image if you put the banner up. They can if you don't put the banner up. But if you put up that banner, they can't. See, that's because you're not absolutely showing them. But we all know who the voice is. You feel what I mean? So sometimes you have to change and transform content. But let's say you don't want to 2 times speed it. You just simply put up a little banner like this right here. And you make sure you have your fair use running in the back or whatnot. And that's another way. I'm just telling you different ways that you may do what you got to do to show education and to teach one, reach one, baby. I'm always ready to teach one, reach one. That's a way to do it. Right there is to do it that way. You're not showing someone's face. You're not showing who they are. Oh, snap. Yes, and always stop at least a few minutes in between to speak. And that's what I do when I do my true crime stuff, right? I'll play the clips and then we talk about it. Now I'll tell y'all who struck me one time, who got me. Y'all want to know who got me? Fox Media News. Like the actual Fox Media News, the real deal Holyfield big ass news company got my ass one time. And I had to clip out that little section that they claimed. They only claimed a little bitty section, but I had to clip out that little bitty section. You can also do that too. It didn't strike my channel. I didn't get a warning, nothing like that. They just claimed the copyright, so they were getting all my money. Right. And I'm like, nah, bro, you ain't gonna get my money like that. So what I did was I clipped out that little portion and it kept my money. Yes, there is no Miss Heidi said there is no 30-second rule for commentary. That's what Miss Heidi said. So Miss Heidi, she does that all the time. I'm telling you, she does all different kind of reviews. Um, she said if it's an exclusive interview, they will hit you. So don't do the exclusive interviews. If it's exclusive to that person's channel, don't touch that because that can get you. But if it's like, I say if it's like news reporting or you're doing commentary on a person, that's different. But like if it's exclusive, you got to be careful with that because it can't be found anywhere else on the internet. Now, a lot of my stuff that I do, I find it on the internet. Like I'll go to my search engine and I'll look up, let's say I'm going to just do something to show y'all true crime uh, cases. We're just going to look that up, right? And I'll show you what I do. So let's say I'm doing some true crime, right? And I can go here through Google and I can go to these different things here. Like there's this is a website. So I can show this website because it's public information, right? And let's say I wanted to do a video on the Black Dahlia and somebody else had an amazing thing. I'd go right here. I'd go to like something like this, right? Scroll down and I'm going to see, information here. There may be a news clip that's on a website, right? On a website specifically. Like when I do my true crime, I'll go through, let me show y'all. And I love Court TV because they're amazing and they don't hit you for stuff. I go to their website, not their YouTube page, right? I go to their website, not the YouTube page. And let's say this one right here. Lori Daybell, the cult mom, right? I will go right here and I'll play the content. Oh, that's live in 2 hours. So, but I'm saying, I'm just showing you. I'll go directly to the website, right? I'm gonna go to this one because it's already been played. It's already been done. I'm gonna go to the website and do it. not from, their YouTube page, because I'm not going to.
Just 7 days after this defendant and her co-conspirator, Alex Cox, shot and killed Charles.
And then I'm going to do my commentary on it. I can play the entire thing, right? And then I can do my commentary on it. Now, I will say, yeah, so the thing is, it's how you do it. And you want to live stream the websites and not the actual YouTube channels, because if you're doing it from the actual YouTube channel, it will come up and it'll be an automatic. You have a good day, Mr. DJ at work, okay? Yeah, so like, let's say I wanted to do it and I didn't want, let's say it was content, right? I could do something like this right here, right? And I can play.
This defendant texted her soon-to-be next husband, Chad Daybell, about Charles's life insurance policy.
And that also protects from copyright for, let's say, faces or things of that nature, somebody's likeness, things like that. So, also I wanted to show y'all, Miss Bambi made me this. This is my Garbage Pail Kid, because I like to read books. Just saying. See my little Garbage Pail book? Ain't it cute? Okay. But yeah. Yeah, with news outlets, you can't cover their you can't use banners on theirs. It is best just to show it outright, or you will get reuse of material. So you just have to like with Court TV, they don't mind as long as you're doing commentary, right? And you're giving them credit. See, I'm giving Court TV credit for the them being in the courthouse. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving them the credit. That is their, that's from their website. I'm telling people to go to their website. I'm giving them promotion for their website, right? And it gives them more people to go to their website. And so it does depend on a few things. I will say that if you're using a news outlet, sometimes news channels, they did hit me for a news outlet. I'll tell you that. They hit me because they were talking about a specific, the Waze app, quite literally can tell you if there's a kid in the back seat. And I was doing a thing about a child who passed away because they were left in a hot car. So literally, because I used that web, they did. But they didn't strike me. They just wanted to take my monetization for themselves. So it wasn't a copyright. It wasn't a privacy. It wasn't nothing like that. But I just clipped it out. After you're live, if something does happen, you can clip out things. Let's say like I played Miss Church Lady's, where I played her stuff, right? Miss Church Lady, if it had music in the background and they try to age restrict, all I have to do is go in there and clip that out. I can clip it out, right? And it'll be fine. A lot of people think music's going to get you copyrighted and all that. Most of the time it does not. They just take your monetization for themselves. They just want the money from it. They don't care about copyright most of the time. They just want their money. I will say that Church Lady, if you want to review or mute the music, yeah, that's what I do sometimes, Miss Heidi. I'll go back through and I'll mute the music, and it doesn't affect my channel whatsoever after that. And you can also on YouTube now globally license music, and some music is globally licensed, and they'll do it for free. So you can absolutely also buy music. I don't know if y'all know this for people who may not be monetized, but you want to know some things about it. I want to show you something that they just came out with not too long ago. So this is where they tried to age restrict me. You see where they hit me on my things. But right down here, if you go to creator music, you can absolutely buy music. Um, and it'll tell you the usage details for how long you can use it. All these things. Um, you know, Another thing that I've noticed, and I don't know about y'all, other content creators. Uh, let me. Yeah, it's not showing. Thank you, Miss Heidi. I was sitting there trying to show it to y'all. I was trying to show it. Let me share. Okay, so this is where you can find matches for your copyrights. I have a lot of them archived. When I did the Lillian Simon case back in November, they tried to get me to hit the actual crime time channel and court TV. And I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? I got mine from their website. Why would I do that? That's crazy. So I archived it. I obviously did not do anything. I just was like, no. I archived every one of them. I didn't touch none of those channels. That's wrong. We're all covering the same case. You know what I'm saying? But this is where they tried to age restrict me. If you see, um, and everything, they placed restrictions on that. But you can go down here. This is your tabs, right? You have your content, your analytics, your community, your subtitles, your copyright, your earn, your customization, and your creator music. When you go down here to creator music, it's a beta program they come out. That says access license from a deep catalog. Buy soundtracks from thousands of YouTube music artists from around the globe with full monetization and copyright protection from the terms of license. Let's say you love Prince. Let's see what stuff of Prince is on here. Let's see what his stuff is, right? Which one of his musics can be done? Look, there's Purple Rain, right? But it says right here, it'll show you using this track will not affect your visibility, but will make it ineligible for monetization. So you can't license that. Now you can for shorts. Here's the crazy thing. In the shorts section, you can use snippets. Now this one right here is a sharing. You can share revenue with the person. So you don't even have to pay for that one. You get that one and you can share your revenue with them. Let's say you want to use T-Pain, right? I like T-Pain. Let's see if we can have one that I'm trying to show one that shows that you can get monetization. There are some that you can, if you license, you can get monetization for. Let's go home and I'll show you one, right? Like when you get these right here, it'll say usage details, buy license, download preview, add to library, view on YouTube. So you could, this is Boosie Badass, right? For $4.99, this is your usage details. It's $4.99 for the song. You can amount of song, any duration, support regions, all, expiration for 2 years. For 2 years, you can globally license the song for 2 years for $4.99. The videos will be fully monetized to you, and shorts license not required to monetize shorts. See, you could use a snippet of this in your shorts and it won't affect the monetization on your shorts because shorts are 30 seconds. It says the track is available for revenue sharing for up to 30 seconds in a video 3 minutes or longer and is in all eligible regions. Longer use may make the video ineligible for monetization. Please note that the usage terms may change as the music rights holder's discretion. If you buy it, you can fully license it. But let's say you just use it without buying it, which you can, then you're only going, if it's longer than 30 seconds, you're going to revenue share. Anything longer than 3 minutes can be ineligible in certain regions. Now, if you buy it, you can get full monetization. And that's Boosie Badass, right? This is just stuff they're showing you. There are some for the free 99. right, that are absolutely free. They do have free music on here. They have all different kind of genres, right? Free. Here's the free section. I can play any of these. They're free. If you look right here, it says usage details. Any duration does not expire. Full monetization to you. You can use these for free. So let's say you want to make a video, but you don't, like, let's say it's harder for you to get music for your video. You can get free ones for the free 99. And you have to include, yes, Miss Heidi, you have to include the license in the descriptions. Yeah, Prince don't play. Prince don't play about his music, and I will say the people who took his music from him, and that's why he ended up going by the symbol, because they absolutely at one time owned his name. Did y'all know that? The reason he went by the artist formerly known as Prince, and he went by that symbol, was because they took his name. They licensed his name. They literally owned his name and everything, and that's why Prince refused to put out music for a while, y'all, because he was like, I ain't putting out nothing if y'all gonna get revenue from it. I love the fact that Prince was petty like that. I'm telling you, I wish I could have known the man. I think he was an amazing human being. But that's just my opinion. Miss Watcher, also, I just noticed a video you put out showing that someone was calling for, because I got, the reason I went into someone's channel and specifically stated, because I heard the rumor trying to go grow legs, that I would have been the one to strike somebody's channel. I never would have struck that channel or that video, because that was evidence. I don't strike down evidence, baby. I need all the evidence I can get. But you know what video I'm talking about, where somebody else was calling for a strike on somebody else's page, and it needs to be shared, or I'll just share the video link in here and let people watch it themselves. Because I didn't do that, and I refuse for that to be put on my back. That is not going to be put on my back, okay? And so I went in there, and yes, I defended myself, and I refuse to let that be put on my back. And it should not be put on anybody else's, because I'm telling you, nobody from our side did that shit because they knew I needed evidence. They wouldn't hit evidence. Sometimes we need evidence. And so I'm going to play this video to show that it's not the side that people think it is that be hitting folks. I'm just saying. And Miss Watcher gave me permission to do so. And I'm going to put my little banner up just to be on the safe side. Watch me. Watch me. I'm going to do my little thing I told you I was going to do. Watch.
Right. I'm like, I just said, please strike Eric, because he was talking about us again. Like, hello? Well, he did not answer me, but I just want to let him. I want to give him a heads up. So, hold on one second. Let me see here. I believe we're talking about Eric making fun of Sailor today, saying he's in a wheelchair and can't walk. At Rottweiler, that might be so.
And to say this again, that wasn't our side of people. Duh. You can take that as you want it, and let them see saying, I don't want that rumor on my back or anybody else. Anybody else's back on our side. We didn't touch that video. We didn't hit that video. Don't blame that shit on us. Okay? Somebody else from that side hitting your ass, because it just said it. Wasn't us, though. Wasn't us. Just saying. I'm just saying, bro. Wasn't us. Oh, and Miss Justice is dealing with some issues offline, so she's fine. She's okay to let y'all know. She's doing good right now. I heard from her not too long ago. And we're still keeping her father in our prayers. He did have his surgery. We're still gonna keep him in our prayers and whatnot. I haven't got an update if he's home yet or not. So Miss Justice, if you hear this in the replay or whatever, to let us know if he's home, if he made it home, and all that good, lovely stuff. That's all we want to know is that he's home and you're okay, because we do love you very, very much. And we look for you. You know what I'm saying? When you're not around, somebody was calling. Oh, you think he's home, watcher? Somebody was calling her husband's work and messing around and just messing with her like people tend to do. You know what I mean? Somebody was bothering her. She's doing all right, though. We love Miss Justice. She's a good person with a good heart. But we totally almost people tried to blame, uh, you know, they didn't say my name, but they said the lady with the disabled child. Well, who was that? It was me. I ain't letting you put that on my back. Ain't nobody putting that on my back. I ain't did shit. If I did it, I tell you I did it. I stand at my ish. I'd be like, hell yeah, I did it. If I did it, but I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Oh, church lady, you done missed some things, child. All kind of heinous lies was made up about me. They said some shit about my kid. They was threatening me and my child. It was crazy, girl. It was crazy, girl. It was crazy. Like, it was bad. Yeah. Hey, Miss Jessica, how you doing this morning? Oh, the crazy part is, oh, I'm so excited for your husband. Miss Emily is the lady that we were praying for. Miss Mandy K here. Is the lady who has the baby that we've been praying for, y'all, and the baby's doing better, and her husband's coming home today. He's a soldier, so we want to thank him also for his service to this country, and we are glad that he got leave to be able to be there for his wife and his child during these tough times, and you know they had to go through a lot of red tape. When it comes to the military, they have to go through a lot of red tape to get leave. So I'm just so happy about that, Miss Emily. And I'm gonna keep praying for that baby and that he don't get no infection or she don't get no infections. I don't know why I keep saying he. And that the baby does well and everything and it comes off the vent and everything's great and lovely and everything grows and is awesome. Yeah, Mr. Fumble, you and Miss Watcher, y'all do everything. It's all y'all's fault. Oh, it's cool, Miss Church Lady. I have it all recorded. And if any more threats are made, I have to do what I have to do legally. You know what I mean? You feel me? Also, huggies to your husband, and also prayers for him for a speedy recovery, Miss Church Lady. Also, protect the moobs at all costs. Okay. Protect the moobs. It's okay, church lady. Here's the thing. When people do bad things like that, it just proves who they are, right? It proves who they are. Like, I'm sitting on information right now. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I wouldn't literally call someone's girlfriend, wife, whatever you want to call them. I wouldn't go to their family's events and do these things because I'm not that type of person. Like, I may talk a little cash money shit. I might not like you as a person, I might sit there and say, yo, forehead's fucked up, but I'm not going to sit there and, try to take it offline. I'm not going to call your family members. I'm not going to do this. That's not who I am. And somebody tried to say it was all my fault because I was spreading awareness about this person. And they have no idea the story of how it even got involved. Right. But it's your fault when people take it offline, is what they say. It's your fault when somebody does something evil like that. No, it's not your fault. They should be able to take words on the internet and be able to do a back and forth like a normal person. Like, we could talk shit about each other all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't be trying to take it offline and bother people's family members. You shouldn't be taking it offline, bothering children. You shouldn't be threatening people and threatening their children. You shouldn't be doing shit like that. You should be able to talk shit to each other like normal folk. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. That's true, Church Lady. See, I don't like that kind of shit. And to me, kids are off limits. You know what I'm saying? You can say a kid is beautiful. You can talk good about their child. But to absolutely involve children in grown up situations, no, I don't believe in that. You can talk about a person's parenting. You know what I'm saying? And how piece of shit they are at their parenting. But don't involve the child as in you're making fun of their disability. You know what I'm saying? And don't make fun of a child as in that you're threatening and all this other stuff. That's wrong. I would never do that to someone. Me, myself, and I like talking shit. That's fine. Talk all the shit you want. Call me fat. You know what I'm saying? Read me for filth. That's fine. Lie if you have to. Lie roast. And a lot of it was lie roasting. But when you start trying to like really do some fucked up shit, nah, I don't. Nah, you've already lost. That shows that you lost because you can't keep it online. You lose when you do shit like that, in my opinion. Oh, I'm so happy baby girl's doing all right. Please make sure you keep me updated on her because I know what it's like to have a child that is a micro preemie. Um and I know what it's like to go through that situation. I don't know what it's like for the heart surgery. I will say though that my son had surgery when he was only 4 pounds and 11 ounces. And it is scary when your child's put to sleep and they have breathing problems because you don't think they'll wake up and all this other stuff. So there is a lot of that. Like my son had eye surgery when he was just 3 months old, and he was on a ventilator for I think it was either 6 or 8 hours after birth, and then on a CPAP machine for 2 weeks after that. The CPAP machine was because he was lazy and would forget to breathe. And so he was at a higher risk for SIDS, especially being a boy, being premature, and all these things. So I was very like OCD with him when he was little because I was scared of that. I had a friend who lost her child who was a healthy baby to SIDS. So it scared me knowing that he was at 3 times the risk for that, 3 to 5 times the risk because he already had breathing problems when he was born. He was micro and he was a boy because boys are more likely to get SIDS than little girls. But also, you got to look at the other factors included. So, I will tell you, you do want to, even though breaking a baby from a nunu or a pacifier can be hard when they get older. If you have a premature child, the reason you want them to use a nunu or a passy or whatever you want to call it is because when they wake up to suck on the pacifier, it is a deterrent for SIDS. A lot of people don't know this because it wakes them up a little bit to do the suction. They don't go into such a deep sleep where they forget to breathe. Also, if you think your baby may be, susceptible to SIDS, you can use a CPAP machine at home for a baby. You can absolutely ask for a CPAP machine. A CPAP machine is there just in case baby forgets to breathe. Um, you know, So I just wanted to give that information out there, because also, if you have a micro preemie, this is what I was told. My son did not qualify. If your child is 3 pounds and under, they automatically qualify for an SSI check from the time of birth, because they're going to have a lot of health issues. But my child was 3 pounds and 2 ounces. He was 2 ounces over the limit. They did not count the fact that he dropped down to 2 pounds 4 ounces after birth, because they gave me steroid shots to help his lungs. They can only give the steroid shots every 24 hours. I had to take 2 of them. So I went into the hospital one Wednesday. The very next Wednesday, he was born. Luckily, these shots had enough time to take effect for his lungs, because a 27-weeker, most of the time, their lungs are not developed whatsoever. The lungs are usually not developed until 32 to 33 weeks. They wanted to keep me pregnant at least until then, so his lungs would have a better chance of being developed. That ended up not happening, but thank God he was okay. My son threw away his bottle early and wanted sippy cups before he turned a year old. Okay, his first Christmas, he would have been 11 months. Okay, I bought him for his first Christmas sippy cups. Well, he didn't. When he found out what a sippy cup was, he threw the bottle away and never wanted again. He wanted sippy cups. He wanted big boy cups. That's what he wanted. So even at like a year old, my son was extremely brilliant. I did have trouble breaking him from the passy, and there's a reason why. Me and his father broke up when he was, about a year and a half, and we were breaking him from the passy then, and it gave him a setback. And with that situation happening, I did not feel right stripping it from him at that moment. So I actually went and talked to his doctors about it. I talked to his dentist, because he went and seen a dentist at that age. And the dentist told me that the passy is not what gives people buck teeth or bothers them. It's when people suck their thumb. So thumb sucking is absolutely worse. So if you know a kid that thumb sucks, please get them to stop as soon as possible, because it can change the shape of their teeth. It can shape the shape of their mouth, and it can really mess up their teeth really bad. The passy doesn't do that. I actually asked the dentist that. And then it wasn't long after that we ended up being able to get rid of it. But, you know, I had to do what was right by him. He didn't like, that was his one comfort thing. And I didn't want to do that, to him. At that time, that was his comfort. So, he already had enough going on. Me and his father broke up, and I didn't want him going through more than what he already had to go through. We found out about his cerebral palsy very early, also, because I'm an attentive mother and always have been. When he first started crawling at 6 months, I noticed he would drag one leg. But then eventually he started pulling up that one leg and pulling up that knee. So he actually did crawl on time. And then when he turned about a year old, he was walking, he was taking steps, but after like 3 or 4 or 5 steps, he would fall. And I knew something was up when he was a little over a year. So actually, when I went to his doctors, I asked to get him a physical therapy, recommendation. And when we went to the physical therapist and did the thing, she thought he might have mild CP. That may be true, Mr. Buster. Maybe his oral fixation did come from it getting taken too soon. Maybe he didn't need to be weaned right away. Or maybe he just liked weans. You get what I mean? And I'm going to say this. He obviously likes really small ones at that. I will say that, you have to do what's right for your child. Early intervention is key. Also, if you suspect that your child may have some form of disability, whether it be a speech impediment, whether it be a physical thing, any of that, early intervention is key. Early intervention is key. I know a girl whose little boy was speaking in one word utterances, which by the time they're 2 or 3 years old, they should be speaking in sentences. Sentences. Like, it's not obviously going to be like a sentence me and you speak. It's going to be a child sentence, but like they should be speaking in sentences by the time they're two. Um, and her child was not speaking in sentences. He was speaking one word utterances, which is like up, food, things like that. That's what a 1 year old does. Not at 4, almost 5 years old, should be the child talking like that. And I told her, I said, if you get him into speech therapy now, he could absolutely, get over it quicker. She waited till after kindergarten, and he had a lot of trouble catching up because of that. My son was speaking in sentences by the time he was two. Hell, he was telling me the Lord's Prayer. At 2 years old, he could repeat the entire Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And I don't mean the children's version of it. I mean the hallowed be thy name, thy king. You know what I'm saying? I mean the real one. Yeah, his was my son's vocabulary was very advanced for his age too. Like he was doing, I hate that little section of parenthood where the kid questions, Mama, why does this do that? Mama, what is this? What is that? Why does that do that? My son was doing that by the time he was 3 or 4 years old, child. He was way ahead of his time. They did a speech pathology thing on him. And this is what the speech pathologist told me. He really hated one of his physical therapists. He didn't like her whatsoever. He would do anything for his occupational therapist. He loved her. I think he had a huge crush on her too. But he said they said he didn't understand whys, whens, and whats. So they did or they thought he didn't. So they did the where they do the intake to see if they actually have a problem. And she looked at me and she goes, he's in the 95 percentile, 98 percentile for his age when it comes to speech. She said it's not that he doesn't know. He don't want to answer. It's because he don't want to. Not that he don't understand it. He just doesn't want to. I was like, yeah, I was thinking in my head. I didn't say it out loud. And I was like, yeah, because he really don't like that lady. You know what I'm saying? I know him too well. He's hard-headed. Now that does happen, Miss Emily, that some kids go straight to full sentences, and they don't just say a single word. Sometimes they go to straight sentences. My son's first word, I'm trying to remember because it's 17 years ago. I got ADHD. I'm trying to remember if it was mama or if he said daddy first. And I'm trying to remember. I think it was mama. Because we were doing, how parents do the thing where you're like, he gonna say mama first. He gonna say daddy first. And then he started talking so soon after that. It was like his first word, and then he started talking like one word utterances. He started like really speaking, and then he started talking in sentences. And I was like, you didn't even get a chance to do the like stuff like most kids. You went straight on past it. Just skipped it, didn't you? Well, see, Miss Church Lady, mine was my ADHD that I've had since I was a kid. It's all been more so hyperactivity, not being able to pay attention, all those things. So it did affect behavioral things in the fact that I got in trouble for talking too much or talking out of turn, but it wasn't like I was aggressive or did any of those things. You know what I'm saying? It was more so that I accidentally would get too excited about something. You know what I'm saying? That was what I got in trouble for most as a kid, was talking out of turn or blurting something out. Yeah, Miss Emily, but you're there for the perfect time, and I'm gonna tell you why. You're there when he needs you the most. You may have missed the baby years, right? But you're there when he needs you the most. Hey, my sister from another mister, my Creole butterfly. I hope you feeling okay, love. I hope you doing okay. I've been missing you. I loves you, Creole. That's my sister from another mister, if y'all ain't know. And that's what I try to tell people. Sometimes you come into a kid's life at different stages, and sometimes you come into their life when they need you the most. You know what I'm saying? When they need you the most, when you're going to be there the most for them. You know what I'm saying? And Miss Emily, you're there for him when he needs you the most to help guide him and to help be that mother that he needs, because we all know his egg donor is not necessarily a good person, right? So, you're the mother that stepped up and loves him through it all. And one day you gonna get to be the one that he says, I love you, mama, and thank you for everything you've ever did for me. You stepped up when I needed you the most. You was there for me. You didn't treat me no more different than you did yours and daddy's daughter. You didn't treat me no different. You loved me just as much, if not more. Yeah, some of them egg donor and sperm donors don't deserve the name mama and daddy. They don't deserve it. His egg donor, Miss Emily's egg donor for her beautiful baby boy, allowed her boyfriend to abuse said child, and they had to go to court for that and stuff like that. And so that bitch don't deserve to be called a mama. I'm sorry, but if you let somebody touch your child, you don't deserve to be called a mama. Because I'm gonna tell you this right here: if that was my kid, I'm going to hell or jail. I'm going to hell or jail. And I'm gonna smile in my motherfucking mugshot. And I'm gonna say this right now. This is gonna be a word I put out on the street. Mess with my kid and try. When you do, I'm not afraid of jail, baby. I will go and I will see you where I meet you. Let's just say it that way. I will go. Um, that's so sad that the poor, that the baby understands, that the child understands, um, that situation. I'm glad that you talked your husband out of that, Miss Emily, because I'm going to say this: that child needs him and needs you, and she's not worth it. Eventually, she will get her just desserts. I'm telling you. Now, Miss Churchlight, here's the thing: I'm gonna be the one that's fighting in jail and shit. But I'm also saying this: I think I might pass away in jail from not being able to eat because I don't like none of that food, and I am the type to starve myself. So, there is a possibility that I might not last long in jail just because of the nasty food. Other than that, I'm cool with the rest of the shit. I don't give a damn about none of the rest of it. I just don't want to eat that nasty ass food. But I hope anybody who does something evil to children gets their just desserts. Kids should be off limits completely. And I don't care if your kid grown as hell. Leave the kid out of it. Kid ain't got shit to do with what's going on between two adults. Like, I don't give a damn. That's true, Watcher. We just gotta stack up on, and we gotta stack up on our fat when we get there so we can live. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be so skinny and cute when I come out. See, I can, hey, beautiful twin mama. I can get rid of my fat, but can you get rid of your ugly? No. I can get rid of my fat, baby. I can do that. I could go on a diet, but you can't change the fact that what you look like. I'm just saying, you can't change the fact you ain't got no motherfucking chin. I can change the fact I got a fat chin. I could go, lose a couple pounds. I could go on a diet. You can't change the fact if your hair all messed up. You can't change the fact if your eyes is too far apart. You can't change the fact that you might have, some problems with that. Oh, see, Miss Catherine, thank you for telling me that. If I ever had to go, I want to be a kitchen worker now, y'all. I want to be a kitchen worker now, y'all. Look, Miss Catherine said we could become the kitchen workers and make our own food. Sorry, y'all, I had to tell my husband that I love him before he leave, you know. Oh shit, you gonna take Big Shirley because she got the oodles and the noodles? See, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make friends with the biggest girl in there, and we're gonna be besties, right? We're gonna be besties. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be besties with everybody up in there. I'm gonna get my hair did while I'm in jail. I'm gonna be chilling with everybody. I'm gonna tell them, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna explain to them why I'm in jail. Because when I tell them why I went to jail, that I'm gonna be the most revered person in there. You know what I'm saying? That I took somebody out because they messed with my child. You know what I mean? Then I'm like, hell yeah, girl. And if I ever become a lifer, I'm gonna take out those bitches who hurt their kids. I'm just saying. At that point, you ain't getting out, right? If you ain't getting out, you know, vigilante justice, damn it. I'm just saying. No, you didn't lose me, girl. You didn't lose me. I had to talk to I had to talk to him. Oh, they actually order oodles of noodles and other things on commissary. See, that's the way I'd have to survive. I need commissary. I would need y'all to wear free Charlie t-shirts, pass around my cash app and get me some of them things from the commissary. I'd need money on my book so I could get me some commissary because that's how I'd live. That's how I'd live, y'all. I'd have to survive off commissary. I'd have to make me some of them tacos they be talking about in jail. See, I want to hear the jail stories of how people like ate while they were in there and what did they do. And I also heard if you claim you have dietary restrictions because of religious reasons, they give you better food. Like I heard if you say like you a specific kind of religion, even if you ain't, I heard they give you better food. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I ain't never been in there. I heard they give you better food for that. I might have to look that into that, y'all. Oh, not true in Texas. Damn. See, there I go. I'm screwed on that one. I'm gonna need commissary. I'm gonna need commissary, y'all. I can't live off that nasty food. I heard they have wolf booty sandwiches every Friday. Hey, Mr. Jim Carter's in the best Jim, the only Jim, the best one that ever was and ever will be. Um, I'm gonna have to get me some commissary. Mm-hmm. And I can't eat that wolf booty sandwich every Friday. Now I heard they also had peanut butter sandwiches that was pretty good. And down here they like mix the peanut butter with the honey and shit, and it's pretty good. Oh, and it says the commissary integrated the shoot. I can't be going to Texas, Jill. Mm-mm. Um, oh, they did. They stopped that doing that in Philadelphia too. See, I can't be. I'm gonna have to find out if Mississippi still got that. Yeah, Miss Watcher, you should totally do a cooking show with some of the jail food. That'd be so cool. Boiled okra almost every day. Ooh, have y'all ever tried boiled okra? That shit is gross and slimy. If you don't do it right, did they put tomato juice in it? Cause if they didn't, you know that shit was slimy as fuck. Ooh, mm, I'm gonna get sick, Mr. Fumble. I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get can't be doing all that. Mm-mm. Be safe also, Twin Mama, with you driving and anybody who's driving right now or anybody who's in the clouds working. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, that would be so cool. Like, think about it. Do a show with jail recipes. You do you some like if you ever been jail, do some things and show us some jail recipes. That would be totally cool. Like I would love to learn how they do some of them burritos and different things. And I've seen how they do the birthday cakes. Well, see, Miss Catherine, in vegetable soup, now I love fried okra with fried chicken. Now, the boiled okra, the only way boiled okra is good is you have to put tomato juice. See, because in vegetable soup, there's tomato juice, the okra don't come out slimy, right? Because the acidity of the tomatoes. But if you don't put no tomato juice in an okra and you just boil it straight up with water, it is slimy as fuck, man. It is gross. Don't do it. You should totally do that. That would be so cool, Miss Watcher. Get some of them recipes and then do like a show where you show how people make the recipes. That would be super cool. I see some of the jail channels doing that, and I think it's awesome. I could, Mr. Fumble, I'd be done passed away. Oh, y'all, congratulations, Miss Emily. Big hugs. Go give him big hugs and tell him that people he don't know is praying for y'all and love y'all. Just saying. Tell him we all said thank you for his service. Thank you, Mr. Jim. The best Jim. I heard that too, Miss Catherine, that it's made out of Swiss rolls. Sometimes they use the Oreos, and what they'll do is they'll take the Oreo filling, and that's like they put it with sugar and other stuff and milk, and that's how they make the icing. And then they take the cookie of the Oreo and crush it up and mix it with some other stuff to make and like Swiss rolls and different things to make the cake part. They use Oreos and stuff. I've seen it. And let's see who got some of those gifted membership. Monique Branch, The Shit Show, Butterfly Whispers, Jeannie G. Oh, Jeannie G. And The Shit Show, they got the gifted memberships from Mr. Jim. So if you hear this from my voice, thank Mr. Jim Coddington for your gifted membership to Charlie's channel. We're super excited for Miss Emily's husband coming home because I know this has been a hard situation. She's had to deal with the court situation with her son and the birth of her child being too early and going through surgeries because he was trying to get leave from the military and he's finally home. So we're super happy about that. Yes, I've also heard about the iced honey buns and the graham crackers for the cake too, because they make a chocolate cake and they can also make a vanilla cake. And so I've heard that they'll take some of the icing off the honey buns to use as the icing on the cake, and they will cut up the honey bun itself and smash it with the graham crackers with a little bit of milk, form it in a plastic bag. And I've heard that they and my ex told me when they make the prison burritos, because my ex was classic good girl falls for bad boy type situation with him. And my ex told me that they use Roman noodles. They use the seasoning packets to season it, and there's a couple of other things they put in it, and they form it into they put the hot water in it, and then they roll it to form it into the prison burrito. If y'all have ever heard of the burrito. I heard that they use the Roman noodles and some other things for it, and they'll cut up like different like viney weenies and different stuff from meat products within it and stuff. Yeah, so the icing is a little bit of milk and hot water and stuff like that. Yeah, so I've heard about that. Icing, a little bit of milk and hot water is how they make the icing. I've heard about that. I've heard about some of the things that they make for jail food. I don't know because I've never obviously been to jail a day in my life. Never been through a process and never been fingerprinted. I've never gotten in trouble whatsoever. I don't have a criminal record, no speeding tickets. Never, I was proverbially the innocent child, if that makes sense. All I did was read books and play video games. I didn't really go out and do too much crazy stuff. I admit it. I've never done a hard drug a day in my life because I've seen others who did it, so I chose not to do it, if that makes sense. Never was an alcoholic. Drank like a handful of times in my entire life. I can count it on, my hands, my fingers, the amount of times that I actually drank alcohol. Smoked a little wacky tobacco when I was younger, but once I became a mom, I just stopped doing everything, because I became a mom. Yeah, I've heard about the pepperoni, the Slim Jims, and the Doritos. Um, when they crush it up and put it all in the same thing. Ooh, that's crazy. They burn the tattoo off their neck. I also heard how they make the tattoos because my ex was a tattoo artist in jail. And I heard how they make the ink for the tattoos, how they make the guns. There was this one dude, he made damn good money in jail being the tattoo artist. He was awesome. Oh, they also have summer sausages. Those are pretty cool. Mr. Fumble, I fell for the bad boy and I was the proverbial good girl, and that's what had happened to me. Um, you know, I at the time thought he was the coolest shit in the world because, he did things I didn't do. I need me some more tattoos, Mr. Fast Eddie, too. I have had 6 tattoos planned out for years and I need to go get them. Okay, okay, girl, I got you. I'm gonna invite you up, girl. I just, I got to talking, and sometimes I be forgetting. I be forgetting. I be forgetting to drop a link sometimes. Let me make sure. Let me do my authentication. Yep.
It's
Hey,
me.
Sure.
So I don't have a whole lot of time because I have a conference call I have to be on at like 11, I think. But I can show you real quick because so in Texas, what they do is they actually have a commissary that is there on the unit, and then they have what's called an ecom. It's something that I, as a family member, I'm an approved sender, so I can go in and look up his ecom stuff, and I can order things that he can't necessarily get down in commissary. Now, there are a few things that are on ecom that he can get down in the commissary, but it's hit or miss as to if they're going to have it available or not. So it's one of the benefits of like when you do it off of ecom, what ends up happening is if they don't have it on hand, they'll order it. And it doesn't take them very long because they get commissary trucks, I think twice a week. Maybe once, but I'm pretty sure it's twice a week. So bear with me 1 second. I got to put all this information in here to get it up.
Yeah, my ex, it was a long time ago, obviously, so things have changed now. But when he was in there, he had an approved list of things to bring him that we had to do when he first went in. Like you have to buy the underwear and everything your prisoner needs, but they end up keeping it.
Oh, see, they're on lockdown right now. It's not going to let me shit. So they actually just went on lockdown yesterday because they had 2 deaths on their unit. Somebody brought
Ooh.
in fentanyl sprayed on
Oh,
paper. Yeah. And it was crazy because last week, I think it was last Thursday, because he usually calls me every day. And so I was sitting there talking to him on the phone, and I could hear some noise in the background, people hollering and screaming and carrying on. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, man, this dude is laying on the floor, rolling around in his vomit and stuff. He's projectile vomiting like the exorcist or something. I'm like, what in the hell? He's like, yeah, mom, this shit's crazy. And I'm like, well, has anybody, what? And he's like, no, they got him turned on his side. Now we're just waiting on medical to show up and take him. 50 something year old dude, and passed away right there. on the unit from that stuff. And then his dad messaged me last night and was like, hey, you need to send him, because they've got tablets where you can send like an email, basically.
Yeah.
But when they go on lockdown, they shut their phones off. They let them keep the tablet so they can send emails back and forth to family members or whatever. And another guy died yesterday. Same thing. So, yeah, crazy. So I just went on to try to pull it up and show you. But since they're on lockdown, it won't even let me pull up their shop page. But it's crazy because you would think that they would have they would have like they really don't have a wide variety of stuff. And it's really relatively inexpensive, but they have a limit. So for example, they do have like these little bags of turkey and sausage bites that they can get, that it's like it's packaged meat. So it's kind of like beef jerky type stuff. They can get beef jerky, Chico sticks, those Chico stick things. They can get a couple of different types of candy bars. They can get your basic sodas like Dr. Pepper, Coke, Sprite. I think they have Diet Coke and Diet Dr. Pepper. They can get like the emergency packets, and they will often use those emergency packets with like Kool-Aid packets. And then they'll get like cookies that have the cream in the middle. And then they'll take that cream and they'll separate it from the cookies. They'll smash up the cookies and use it for like a pie crust. And then they'll take the cream and they'll mix it with like either the Kool-Aid, or they could get a chocolate bar or whatever. And they make pies and birthday cakes and shit like that.
That's what I heard too, that they use Oreo cookies a lot for that stuff.
Yeah. And they can also get like at the unit that he's on, of course, they can get rice there. They can get noodles. They get the soups, and then they'll take those soups. They make all kinds of stuff out of them soups.
They're so super, like I've always said, the people that are in jail are very super creative, because they have to come up with stuff because it's nasty ass food in there.
Yeah. And really, like, I mean, you have to stop and think about, number one, there's all different activity levels that people have when they're incarcerated. Some people lay around all day and they don't do a whole bunch of shit. Other people, they get up, exercise, go out on the rec yard. So people's metabolism is different, so what may be a suitable amount of food for you may not be for me. It may be too much. It may be too little, and so when they're being served, because when I worked at the prison, I did get to spend some time back in the kitchen, watching and observing and things like that. But they, like, all the inmates, they get served the same amount. And if some of that stuff, I question whether it's really food or not, or what it is.
It looks,
because when I was there, like when inmates would go on lockdown, they would get a Johnny sack for lunch and for dinner. And so usually for lunch, they would get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or sometimes they would do these chicken patty sandwiches, and then they put like an apple or an orange in there, a milk, and maybe like a cookie or something. There wasn't a whole lot that they get in those Johnny sacks. And then at dinner, a lot of times they would give them these sausages, these sausage wrap looking things, but the damn sausage casings were green.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't have ate that shit. They were dry. It looked like pressed particle board that would crumble.
Down
I mean, it was
down here,
crazy.
they give them wolf booty sandwiches, which is bologna, with nothing on it. It's just a wolf booty
Yeah,
sandwich. And then on Fridays, they get the peanut butter sandwiches, which they don't give them jelly. They mix it with honey.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I I will say this much. I've worked there, and I know people, I have loved ones that have been incarcerated. And while, yes, it is a prison, yes, they're there for a reason. No, they shouldn't have all the normal daily accommodations and luxuries that we have here. I think that there are certain standards as a human being that they should have access or have available to them. That there's certain things that prisons should meet, and they're supposed to. You know, just because somebody has committed a crime and has gone to prison, it doesn't necessarily make them a bad person. It means they made some bad choices. And so I don't believe, this is just my opinion, I don't believe in treating them subhuman, like they're less than human, because they're where they are. At the same time, I don't believe that they should be afforded all of the conveniences and luxuries that we as upstanding citizens have. So, um, I think for what they are able to do in there, for the most part, uh, is, about what they should have. uh when it does come to the food part, that's where I'm like, look, everybody deserves a good, healthy meal at least once a day, at least. If they're diabetic, they need to make sure that they're being given whatever's necessary, just what's necessary to maintain, you know stability with their blood sugars, so that it doesn't, you know, cause medical issues that there again, us taxpayers have to pay. So, but yeah, it's crazy. Some of the things that they're able to get and some of the things that they're not.
What I
So,
find crazy is that, like you were just talking about that situation, I have heard, and in these satellite camps, in jails, in prisons, that there are more drugs in those places
oh
than there
yeah,
is out on the street. Good morning, honey. My
baby, let me
beautiful
tell
honey.
you, as soon as you hit those prison gates and get inside there, it's easier to get anything in there that you want versus finding it on the streets. And let me tell you, whoever is getting paid for bringing that stuff in, they're getting paid. They're not making chump change. I guarantee you that. But there's also another side to that people don't understand is somebody's family out there is getting extorted. And that officer that brings that contraband in has put every life on that unit at risk.
Yep.
Every you
That
plain as
fentanyl ain't no joke either. I've heard
no.
it can go through your skin. I've heard now I think I got given it once, but it was by doctors and professionals. And I believe it was I think I read up when you get a liver biopsy that they give you that or something
Yeah, I mean,
similar to
they
that.
use it. They do use fentanyl in the medical community, um, for like, I mean, basically, I think Michael Jackson, that propofol stuff that they gave him, that doctor gave him, that
Yeah.
OD'd him, is basically just some type of derivative of fentanyl. The problem is what happens is the cartels and things like that they're making it to where it's more lethal. They're making it cheaper than what you're getting, in the medical grade type situation. So they're what they're doing. And I could tell you this much, if I were an illicit drug user, there is no way in hell that I would buy anything off the streets now, not even marijuana.
I'm telling you, like they be
It's
putting that stuff on the weed
yes,
and unaliving people. I've heard that
yeah,
if you even touch it with your skin,
yep,
skin to skin contact can unalive you. I'm like, y'all done got me scared.
oh yeah, and that's, I mean, I don't think that these people realize that they're playing Russian roulette, every single time, because you just don't know. And that stuff, it is like they've had police officers that have, it's been laying there. And you know how a lot of times, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but they will. Cops will open something up and just kind of put it up close to their nose to see what it smells like.
Yeah.
See, that's a big no-no. They're not supposed to do that. And the reason is because of things like fentanyl. Because you do that with fentanyl and it can kill you on the spot.
Mm.
Like, it's crazy.
Well,
It's
I don't know
crazy.
if y'all know this, but you can actually get Narcan over the counter and carry it in
Yes.
case you do see somebody ODing and save their life. And
Yes.
so a lot of people are now keeping it in their vehicles and stuff.
A lot of communities have like nonprofit organizations that will actually give you up to like 5 things of Narcan free, depending on how prevalent um the overdoses are in the area. Like, I know here we have a place that you can reach out to somebody and they'll send you um 5 doses of Narcan free of charge to carry it on you in case you see somebody ODing. Because I mean, they're like, in the prison system, they're spraying that shit, they're liquefying it and spraying it on paper
Mm.
and
Could you
sending it
imagine
in.
if you didn't know that and you touched a piece of paper thinking it was just a piece of paper?
Yeah. It's nuts. Absolutely insane. So I'll stick with my prescribed medicinal. Thank you so much.
I'll stick with what is was given to me, and I'm straight. I ain't touching nothing. And if I did do anything, I'm getting it from a legal representative nowadays because I don't trust nothing.
Yeah.
Even be careful. I have heard now. This is something that some criminals do, especially if they know if you're a beautiful woman and you're in certain areas where trafficking is huge. Be careful touching your door handles
Yep.
sometimes on your cars. I've heard them spraying that on people's door handles and them touching it. And obviously, it can make you pass away, but what they're hoping is that they give you enough to knock you out so they can traffic you.
Hey, Twisted Tea.
Hey,
Welcome back.
Twisted,
Good to see you.
we miss you.
Yeah, I think the Karen Reed trial starts again today.
Oh, what's going on with that trial again? I
It
have to look.
it's she's getting a retrial.
Oh,
So they're doing it all over again.
hmm.
So, oh my God, I have got to stop myself over here.
What you
So,
doing, girl?
well, I had my medicinal sitting over here, and this morning I knocked it off the dadgum table and spilled it. So I had to sweep that up and throw it away. And now I put me some more in a little thing and had it sitting up here and almost knocked it off the table again.
You gonna be up there? Damn, I gotta go all the way back to the damn place because I done knocked everything in the floor and had to throw everything away. That was a lot of money I just threw away.
Oh no, girl, I got plenty more. I ain't got to make a trip anytime soon.
Now I
So,
will say,
oh
see, I did the THCA like you were talking about the
yes,
edibles and how they don't affect you. And I'll
hmm
tell you something. I went up there to just a smoke shop, right?
yeah,
And they sell cigars, they sell
hmm
gummies, and all that stuff. So I got I was going to try a gummy because I was going to microdose to see how it would affect my. At the time, I wasn't medicated for my ADHD, right? And with my back condition and my pain every day, right? I thought,
yeah.
whoa, I can do this, to help. My cousin set me up and said I could take a whole one. And let's just say that I should have taken just a tiny nibble off of this thing. I took it at 2
So
o'clock during the daytime. My ass was in bed all damn day long.
that's funny. So I will tell you, if you're going to do something like that for pain, what you'll need to do is make sure that it has a higher amount of CBD in it,
Hmm.
not necessarily the THC or THCA. And the reason for that is because CBD is does not have the quote unquote hallucinogenic properties or whatever. But what it does is it actually affects your nerve endings. The cannabinoids, they attach to your nerves, and so that's the part that helps to relieve pain. Um, or try going like looking and trying for more of probably an I would say probably an indica dominant, because it's going to the way I remember it is indica will make you sleepy.
Hmm.
It'll
And
kind of
sativa
slow you
makes you
down.
wee.
Yeah, and then the sativa is more of a energy enhancer, mood elevator. You know, it's more that type. And so it's kind of basically it's opposite of what you would think if you were associating letters like sleep S. So I
Yeah.
just have to remember it backwards.
Well, also they also have the hybrids nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And the hybrids you can choose to have both of them. And I did try to explain to someone one time. It's like, oh, just regular. I was like, indica and sativa basically are a type of strain of marijuana or THC. It's a strain, right? Like there's different strains, right? There's hybrids, then you have indica or you have sativa. Usually it falls under one of those three.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like regular weed. Regular weed is either going to be one or the other,
Yeah.
or a hybrid of the two.
Yeah.
Um, it's going to be one of those strains. That's just a strain. It's a type. Um, but yeah, so most people with my kind of pain condition, when we take things like that, we don't get the high from it like other people do. Like I could do twice the amount that a normal person can, because it usually affects me differently because
Mm-hmm.
the amount of pain that I'm in. Like
Right.
we had a friend of ours who has had back surgeries and all this other stuff, and other two friends, no pain problems, right? They got throwed. I'm talking about Howard and Cuda Brown, right? They were in New York where it's legal. Versus our friend who had the pain problem, he did the same amount they did, but he's like, I'm not high, but I just feel really good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah.
feel really good because it affects people with pain differently. And also, I was talking to this one guy down here. They're starting to look into microdosing different kinds of mushrooms for ADHD and stuff. Like if you microdose, it won't give
Mm-hmm.
you the psychedelic effects,
Right.
but it'll help calm you down and make you where you can pay attention, and helps with ADHD and stuff. And they have proven that pure THC has and does help people with seizure disorders, and
Oh yeah.
6 valves. I don't know if you saw the study or saw the thing that someone with, I think it was breast cancer or something like that, 6 valves of pure THC. I mean, pure. It's like a green, looks like a liquid, a green liquid, right? And they took the valves of the real, and it's pretty big ones. 6 valves of it has been known to help cure cancer
Do you know why it's illegal?
because of the
Because it's a cure.
yep, that's why.
And big pharma wants their cut. The government, in my opinion, wants their cut.
They would rather treat the disorder for their money than cure the disorder or just cure the disease. Same
Yeah.
thing for the stuff with the MCT and um the pure coconut oil. They
Yeah.
literally took the derivatives and found what in each one was going to cure Alzheimer's, and they made a pill version of it. They couldn't get backing because they didn't want to cure that disorder. They wanted to, you know, pretty much treat it so they could make more money.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I was approved for the medicinal marijuana because of PTSD. Because I mean, it definitely helps me to sleep. It helps with because I have night terrors sometimes. So it helps with those, and I have insomnia most of the time. It helps with that. And overall, I mean, it just makes me a lot happier person. You know, I don't get focused on things emotionally and let them just totally. Now, I'm not saying that I don't get emotional sometimes because I do, but it doesn't take me to the places that it used to. I'll
Yeah,
say that. So, yeah, it's crazy. Well, and I think that nicotine is the reason that I never got the C Rona because
I
they
never
said,
got the. Me and my family are absolutely. We're supposed to be like high risk
yeah,
because of my liver condition. My mom and dad both have heart conditions. They're both diabetic. My mom has a breathing disorder, right?
yeah,
Because of that, we're all extremely high risk. My son having CP, because CP absolutely does affect your immune system. A lot of people don't know
right,
that. And so we're all supposed to be high risk, and none of us got it.
yeah. Oh, and Buster, to answer your question, I don't know why anybody would use fentanyl. Um, as far as meth goes, I don't necessarily know why people would put that junk in their body. But what I have heard people say, especially functional users, is that a lot of times it makes them feel normal. It makes them feel productive and like they can get up and do things. And you'll find that especially in people with ADHD. A lot of what I've seen and experienced, a lot of the
Self
people,
medicating.
yeah, it's self medicating. So,
I'm
I
going to
mean,
tell you
it's,
this, that's the hardest thing to break is nicotine. That is the one thing before I was medicated for my ADHD was the
mhm,
only way to calm down my ADHD. And
yeah,
I could understand why someone would try to look for other treatments because I'm going to tell you something. When my ADHD is off the charts, I feel like a crackhead or someone who's on massive drugs. You know, the tweakers you see that are jumping around? That's
yeah,
the way I feel. And I don't like even being in my own body or my own brain.
yeah. Well, and I noticed Fumble's laughing at functional users, but it's crazy the amount of like executives, high level executives that use methamphetamines on a regular basis. You know, I don't know that people take it because they thought it sounded fun. I
I,
don't know anybody actually.
I know that a lot of people, when they started taking, there's a few others that I know that start taking it because, oh, this friend does it. So it seemed they said it was real awesome. So I'm going to take it. It's just like most people when you started smoking cigarettes, somebody else handed you a cigarette and said, try this.
Oh shit! I seen my mama sitting on the table and I took them.
Now,
I
see,
mean, that was
I had the older sister that did that to me.
Oh no, see, my sister was she was straight laced. My sister was the perfect one.
Oh, no.
Me, I was the little hellion.
I was the straight laced one, and my sister got me on the nicotine. But because of my sister, I have never tried meth. I have never tried crack. I have never done those things, because I saw what she went through with her addiction,
Yeah,
and I saw her throw up like green stuff when we got her off of it one time. I saw her like cough up stuff out of her lungs that didn't look good, and I was
yeah,
like, "Nope, not me. I ain't never doing it."
yep, yep. I have a family member. Well, I use that term very lightly, but I know someone who actually is um currently on hospice, and they have used methamphetamines for a very very long time, and it's insane what their usage has done to them both physically you know,
And
in their
mentally.
appearance and health, but also mentally. Like it's yeah. I mean, and if that's not enough to keep somebody off of it, I don't know what is, you know. Um it's one of those drugs that'll apparently take you places you never wanted to go, keep you there longer than you ever wanted to stay, and rip everything apart, destroy everything in your life. So,
And I'm gonna say
but
this.
I gotta
My
jump, darling.
Okay.
I've
Love
got
you.
this call in
Huggies.
5 minutes. Thank you. Have a good day.
Huggies. Bye. Thank you for coming up, Miss Watcher. Also, I will say this. Watching someone go through addiction and trying to help them and seeing how it changes them as a person, it's like they're not even the same person anymore. Like a lot of them, you know what I'm talking about, Miss Boaster, when you're talking about the zombies and stuff. Like they turn into an entire different person. You're like, what the hell? And can you blame it all on the drugs? Sometimes yes, but sometimes no. Sometimes that person chooses to change and do the things, and you help them get off multiple times, and the drug has such a hold on them that they can't get off no matter what they do. um, and a lot of people do start off with a lot of drugs. I'm not saying everybody. A lot of people start off with a lot of different drugs for self-medication purposes. And I will say that there are certain people who I believe, in my, just the reason they wear a lot of sunglasses and things, and you hear them snorting a lot, they doing that a lot. That's a person that's using coke, and I don't want to use coke because I'm gonna tell y'all something. If it was anything like what had happened to me when I belched that time and my medicine came up through my throat and went up into my nose, that made me sick as hell. Nope. Never ever again for me. Mm-mm. But I mean, I will say there are a lot of people, like the one that breaks my heart the most is our veterans. Our veterans who come back from war and they end up trying these illicit substances because they're trying to self medicate because they can't get the help that they deserve mentally. And those are the ones that really break my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like to see it ruin their lives even more. They've already been through a lot, and it really does make me cry and upset, Because I love, like, our veterans don't deserve that, and a lot of our veterans are self-medicating because they can't get the help that they deserve, you know. And it's really sad. Really, really sad. But let me ask y'all this on this topic Tuesday, right? Do y'all have, I be talking about food and stuff. Do y'all have a favorite cake? What is your favorite cake? Mine is triple layer chocolate cake. Or if you're not a cake person, what is your favorite pie? Like if you had a favorite, like it was just your ultimate favorite. Now for pie, I like this. There's this one that Marie Callender's make. It's a chocolate pie, and it's so good. It's so delicious. I gotta ask about the cake and pie. Ooh, pineapple upside down cake. Now my mother-in-law, she makes this awesome uh it's called a dump cake. It's awesome as shit. I love it. I love when she makes her dump cakes. They're so good. She's such a great cook too. An amazing person. Ooh, Racist Stars says banana cream pie. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something my mama made the other day for Easter. She made a homemade banana pudding. And child, it was so good. That banana pudding was delicious and it was nutritious. Technically, it wasn't bad for you because it was made out of um it didn't have real sugar in it because it was made diabetic friendly, and it was delicious. You couldn't even tell that it had like um the um the fake sugar in it. You couldn't even tell. It was so good. Okay, here's another question. What's your favorite candy? Like whether it be a candy bar, Reese's, Skittles, Starburst, Sour Patch Kids. I know I have quite a few favorites. If I'm feeling fruity and I want, oh, you like red vines? If I'm feeling fruity, I want Starburst or I want there's three if I want a fruity like flavor. I want Starburst, Skittles, and specifically sour Skittles because I love those, or Sour Patch Kids. If I'm feeling chocolatey, I want Reese's, Hershey's, or what they used to have besides the whatchamacallit, they had the Who's It's What's It's, which I'm really sad. It went off the shelves and I can't find it because it was amazing. And I'm also really sad that my favorite Starburst they stopped making, which was the sour and sweet version. I'm still sad about that, and I try to find it everywhere I go because it's freaking amazing. I love the sour and the sweet, and they got rid of it. Yeah, there's a chocolate bar called the Who's It What's It's. They had one. It was called the Who's It's What's It's. It was cousins to the whatchamacallit. Who's It's What's It's. That was the name of it. Let me see if I can find it and show y'all. They had it was the whatchamacallits. Ooh, Amazon has it, y'all. Oh my god. I may have to order me a 36 count. Oh no, they don't have it no more. Shit. Oh no, they do. Here it is. Let me show y'all what the Who's It's What's It is. It's amazing. It's a chocolate peanut butter. Hold on, let me show y'all. They took it off shelves, so you can't find it no more. But if you'd have had a chance to get it, I'm telling you, it was the best damn candy bar. Here's what it looks like. Let me show y'all. Let's see. Here it is. This is what the candy bar looked like. If y'all see that on shelf, Who's It's What's It's. Get that mofo. It is so good. Okay. Oh, so basically, it's a chocolate peanut butter crisp. And you know, the whatchamacallit is just peanut butter crisp, right? This is a chocolate peanut butter crisp. Amazing. So good. It's cousins. It's cousins to the whatchamacallit. And that's literally the name. Have you ever seen the candy bar, the whatchamacallit? That's literally the name of the candy bar, whatchamacallit. Well, this is the Who's It's What's It's. And if y'all see that red label and it says Who's This What's It, oh my god, it was so good. Oh, it's so good. But it's basically cousins to the whatchamacallit. If you get a chance to get the whatchamacallit, it's good. And I love that outrageous bar, child. I love it. That's the Who's It's What's It, y'all. Yeah. It's so good. They don't sell it no more. They don't. And my favorite was the sour and sweet Starburst. And they got rid of that that one. It used to be a pack that was called sour and sweet. And you can't find it no more. It was and then now I like the reds, but they had a Starburst packet that was the let me see. Is this it? No, wait, maybe. Hold on. I don't I'm looking, y'all. I'm looking. I'm looking for the exact pack that had that. It was so awesome. They have like something similar, but um it's not the same as the old school one, and it was really good. The sour and the sweet version. So good. It was so delicious. Yeah, that's a Who's It What's It's. I'm telling you, it was good as hell. Huggies, Arkansas, and be careful while you're at the doctor's. I hope you have a good visit. I hope all your levels are good. I hope that things are going in the direction that they should. I'm hoping that you're feeling better soon. I know that you're not going to be 100%, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean when I say that. I hope that things start to calm down and you're more able to, you know, feel okay, if that makes sense. Hey, Montrese, what's up? How you doing? This was one of my favorite candy bars, and I'm so sad they took it off the shelf. And this right here, They have those right there, but the sour and the sweets was this right here. It was so good. When I tell you the wild cherry that was in there that was sour was delicious. Oh, look at that big ass bag of Sour Patch Kids, y'all. Ooh, y'all know they're gonna make me end up buying some damn candy online. That was what it kind of looked like, the sour and the sweet right there. This right here, hold on, let me show view image. Show this tab instead. So they had a wild cherry that was sour, and some of these were sour and some of them were sweet, and they were so good. They were like, yeah, it had sweet strawberry, sour green apple, sour cherry, sweet blackberry, and it was so good. And you can't find them no more. Those things were delicious. Ooh, so sad. I can't find them on shelf no more. I think they stopped making them. And they were so good though, for reals. I love candy now. I just ain't went and got. I did get me some. I admit I got me some. The other day I got me some. Nutter butters, and they make this new nutter butter kind of like moon pie thing from Hostess. It ain't that good. It's more cakey. It's a little too sweet, and for me to say it's too sweet, it's a little too sweet. Yeah, I'm not into that too much. So, but I mean, I tried them. They I My favorite chip would have to be, I love getting the Pringles version of this kind, the all dressed. The Pringles all dressed is the shiznit. I like it because it has more of a salt and vinegary taste, with and stuff like that. I tried the pizza Cheetos; they're pretty good for me. Husband didn't like them too much. I liked them. I thought they were okay. They're more tomatoey. One uh, tater chip that they got rid of that I absolutely used to love getting was the tomato basil. I'm still sad they got rid of that damn chip. It was called the tomato basil. It was good. Cause I love my snacking now. I love snacking. Snacking is so good. I was talking to this lady the other day when I told her where I was originally from. She said, "Yep, you about right. That's why you talk to me." I was like, "Yep," because I was talking about how people sit there and talk about how I talk sometimes, and I'm like, this is the way I talk all the time. Like, especially if I get real animated. When I'm half asleep in the morning, I don't. I'm fixing to get off here in a minute, though. I'm gonna go chill, play me some games. I want to thank y'all for being here today. Thank you for Mr. Jim for the gifted memberships. If you got a membership today, thank Mr. Jim Coddington, the best Jim to ever do it. Thank you to anybody who hits my Cash App, who hits a like, who just sits here and chills with me. I want to thank everybody for every single thing. I'm appreciative of everything. Even if you don't have no money to share or to give out of the goodness of your heart, and you just here, you're just chilling, you're just talking to me. I thank you for all that. My replay gang, I want to thank you all. Hey, D Ham Show, much love. Just chilling with me, I'm thankful for every single thing, from the largest thing to the and all of it to me is large. Just being here chilling, hitting the cash up, hitting the like button, sharing, just talking in the chat with me, saying hey, all those things I want to thank you for, because I'm appreciative of every single thing. If in case, let's say you want or need like to hit me up for anything, um I usually do have occasionally, like, this is my email down here. I have it running across the banner. I do play around with graphics, you know, easy peasy lemon squeezy kind of situation. Every bit of money that comes into my channel does go back. You know, I try to do what is best for the channel. What is, you know, I do have to do a game show soon for everybody. I am going to do the Jackbox games. I'm sorry that I've been slacking a little bit. I've been so tired and everything, but I need to get back to doing my stuff. But I want to thank everybody for every single thing. I'm appreciative of all you, and you could choose to be anywhere, and you choose to be here with me. So thank you for being here with me. Even to my bushwatchers who are so busy that they can't drop down and chat, I want to thank you for even watching from the clouds, because I know that you could be anywhere else, and like I said, you're here with me. Thank you to anybody who watches the replay, because you might have been busy this morning and you had to sleep in, or you know, whatever the situation may be. I want to thank you for every little thing and every big thing and all the things. And I want you all to have the most beautiful day today. I want you to smile through no matter what nobody tries to do to you. Remember that you're better than that, and you are an amazing person. And when they do evil things, it just shows who they are. It shows who they are. They're constantly proving you right every time they do some evil shit. Thank you. See, look at my little things I put on there. See the little thingies. Yeah, that's my coffee cups and stuff. I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I appreciate every single one of you and love you all very dearly. For without you, I would just be talking to my four walls by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank you for everything, and I want y'all to have a good day and keep smiling. Don't let nobody get you down. And you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm blind. I don't see shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Huggies, beautiful people, and keep smiling and keep your head up high and let them do their evil, because it's going to show who they are, and eventually it's going to come back to them. Karma's a bitch, and when it hits you, I hope I have my popcorn. That's all I'm going to say. Huggies, beautiful. See y'all later. Bye.
I'm from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction, this was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain C banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still, crystalline swinging down on 1800. Watching out for them rubberheads that be staying round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about round 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking around 1800. Out the street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue apartments when OG standing back there about 60 deep. Bull walking, saw blue, a big Anthony Hughes and Pee.
I'm from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin'